So, if you're a fan of heated rivalry and you're looking for something, you looking for that fix, you looking for that dangerous gay love. What am I talking about? If you're looking for what you need, okay, that I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, if you're looking for a show that's like heated rivalry and you're an HBO Max, subscriber, then I want to, bring to you the show called Half Man. And I've been locked in ever since like episode 1. And not only because like it's just a new show or I just want to watch it, but the story is actually good. Now, I don't want to be wrong, but I think the characters are maybe like from an Irish maybe background. But I have been itching to watch something like heated rivalry. I'm always like the rivals to lovers trope, I think it's called, or like the fighters to lovers trope, that I guess it's called. But anyway, the show is about a young boy who has 2 gay parents. They're women, they're lesbian couple. And so the young boy, he's growing up and I guess he's in denial about his sexuality. He gets bullied. The wife of the son's mother, her son is coming home from prison because he's just a fucking lunatic to give you a lack of better words. He's just had a rough upbringing, a rough childhood. So basically, the son's mother is taking him in, to give him a different chance, a different life. So this story is kind of relatable to me because when I was growing up, I don't know, maybe I got daddy issues or something, because I feel like the main character Neil is so relatable to me, and I always like things that are no good for me. I don't know, maybe it's the rebel in me that always like the bad boy trope or the gangster or the class clown. But the main character name is Neil, and he has like this toxic addiction to Ruben, and it's a specific part in the series where Neil's mom is telling him, like, you better not, because Neil is about to go off to college or whatnot, wherever their structure of school is, over there across the seas. And Neil's mom is telling you better not call Ruben to come over here and visit you in college, because all he ever done was fuck up your life. And at that time, his mom already knew that he had like a gay attraction to Ruben. And there was even a point where I guess we would call it sexual assault, maybe, because Ruben had snuck a girl inside of their room. This is spoilers, but Ruben snuck a girl inside their room while Ruben was about to get it on. Neil's curiosity peaked. I think Neil was maybe about 15 or 16, and he was about to watch them commit the act of sex. But yes, so he was peeking. So Ruben basically coerced Neil to, I guess, have sex with the girl. But the whole time, Neil is like focused on Ruben, and Ruben is like talking him through it, like, just go through the motions, do this, da da da. And what Neil was wanting the most was the connection with Ruben. It was even a scene where Neil wanted to get in the bed with Ruben, and Ruben held Neil close all night long. And Neil ended up making a mess on himself. But unfortunately, I don't think the relationship gets better between them. I don't know. It's constantly about manipulation, coercion, pushing past people's boundaries, and violence. And if I'm brutally honest, sometimes gays can find themselves in that cycle over and over and over and over again because those repressed emotions won't allow them to be themselves. And for so long, I was dealing with guys that were like that had repressed emotions, that were forced to be straight in the world and couldn't be themselves. So that's why this story kind of hit so hard to me, because I still know people who still behave in this way, acting out because they can't be themselves, and sometimes blaming it, having toxic traits, because that's what straight men do in the eyes of society. But the one thing that I love is like the story is kind of being told out of order, even up to the most recent episode. The new episode come out today, Thursday. They jump between the storylines to unravel the I guess whatever you can call the sweetness of their relationship between Neil and Ruben. They go from when they were children, they go to when they was teenagers, they go to where Neil is getting married to the person that fucking Ruben butchered, like, because he's gay. But this is a limited series, so it's not very long. So I think that you can probably catch up now. I think it might be 8 episodes to this season. I'm not sure. But I definitely think you should catch on right now, because we're about to reach the precipice, okay, of this situation. Because Niall and Ruben have had a come to Jesus moment. Even in the hospital, Niall and Ruben are fighting in there. I'm like, where are the nurses? They don't hear Ruben dragging Neil up and down this hospital. But that's how it is. Like when somebody's manipulation and they have such a grasp on you, like you kind of forget who you are, and they have you blowing up on everybody around you because you don't know how to explain why your emotions are so deep to somebody who you feel like don't care about you. But that enmeshment, it can't work without each other. Like people always talk about like narcissistic abuse or whatnot, but it takes two to tango. Like the abuser can't keep it going without the victim, and the victim can't keep going without the abuser. I'm sorry, you might not like that, but for someone who's been in that type of relationship to where they're just been strung along and just watching a person that they love just do whatever they want to do and just pick you up whenever and put you down, it's just it's insanity. But it's good TV. But yeah, so it's even like the scene that was, I guess, so viral is when they were in the hospital and Ruben has got out of prison because basically I believe he did like 14 years because he basically butchered Neil's first like boyfriend, but he couldn't because Neil was like closeted. So basically he was like, you gave me this money. I ain't gonna spoil too much. Y'all go watch the scene. But I definitely implore you to watch this season and watch this episode if you ever been through like narcissistic abuse. And no, this is not like reopening any wounds, but like just watching it for entertainment, purposes. I definitely if you like dark psychology, maybe the right thing to say is you like dark psychological dramas, then I think you should watch Half Man because it's really good. Like if you looking for some messy stuff, you like, bitch, that'll never be me. Or hell no, bro, that'll never be me. I ain't never going through nothing like that. Or it just leaves you in complete silence by the end of the episode, because there's plenty of episodes that I was just too shocked to even open up my mouth anymore. Because my mouth was open the whole episode. I'm like, damn, Neil, fight back. Damn, Neil, stand up. But I know what it's like because I've been there. But I definitely implore you to go ahead and catch up on this series because it's becoming one of the most talked about shows on HBO Max. And a new episode is out on Thursday. So make sure to come back next week and join me for another episode review of Half Man, okay? I'm so excited to talk about it with you because I'm like, I need somebody to talk about this show with. And I don't know nobody who really just in the space of wanting to talk about this. But yeah, make sure you like this video. If you like this reaction or review of Half Man so far, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hype this video, make sure you get in the comments and leave a purple heart because over here we show love. And get down in the comments and let me know, have you ever been through a situation like Half Man? Or have you ever been in a narcissistic abuse relationship? Or have you been manipulated or taken for weak? And either tell me how you've been through it or how you overcame it, or if you still got that toxic hold, because a lot of people don't like to admit that they still got that toxic hold on them where they constantly on the phone talking da-da-da-da. But yeah, just let me know what you think about Half Man. And I'll see you next week to talk about the next episode. If I make it, honey, because some of that stuff is hard to watch. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video.